Michał Wójcicki, Sun, Sniper.
Karol Kapczyński, Tecek, Support.
Krzysztof Górski, Goofy, Entry Fragger.
Krzysztof Lewandowski, Stark, In-Game Leader and Lurker.
Patryk Wites, Pączek, Entry Fragger.
Richard Strátko, Queston, In-Game Leader.
Jindřich Chyba, Zetko, Rifler.
Dawid Czernianski, Frozen, Baiter.
Patrik Stuchlík, Devil, Sniper.
Martin Melišek, Monty, Rifler.
Welcome back here to the next game of the day. It is game number 2, or technically game number 3, but second on the stage, Tom. It's x-kom versus eXtatus. So one team that's obviously already lost to Mouse Sports in 2 maps, and then another team who hasn't played a game yet. I don't know, this could be an interesting one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be leading the way of eXtatus on this one. I think just I've seen more of them in general, and sort of as a team that I actually rate quite highly. I think they could be one of the sort of like surprise factors, especially in this group, like with Virtus Pro not being like the sort of powerhouse that we've seen from them in the past. I think that there's a definite chance that eXtatus could sort of upset here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited to see if eXtatus bring the big guns to this event, if they can get out of the group. Also, I'm excited to see if x-kom can actually overtake VP and beat them or place higher than them, whichever of the two. Obviously, this is a 2-map series, a best of 2, so Vito's coming in now as well, as you can see on your screen. It's going to be Inferno and Mirage.
I think this group is definitely the one that has the sort of higher likelihood of upset. Obviously, Hellraisers earlier in the day not managing to sort of win the second map made their group a little bit more interesting. But you sort of look at this one, you go, okay, Mouse Sports, they're going to be the favorites. Yeah. I don't think there's any doubt. But realistically, I think that they should probably win. If they play to their best or play even close, they should win every single map in the best of 2s. And then you just sort of look at everybody else and you go, okay, do I think that x-kom could beat like VP or eXtatus? Yeah, sure, I think they could. Do I think that eXtatus could beat the other two? Yeah, sure. Do I think Virtus Pro, if they turn up, can beat the other? Yeah, sure. So I think it's one of those sort of scenarios where the sort of 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place are all interchangeable. And it depends, like, okay, if you get Virtus Pro in powerhouse mode, then maybe even they could beat Mouse Sports to make things a little bit more interesting. Yeah. But other than that, I'm more looking at someone like eXtatus to go through as like the 2nd team in the group.
That's the thing. These kind of events never really go as you expect as well, which is so interesting. I mean, even looking at the other group, right, we've already had Hellraiser split maps with Dark Tigers.
Well, sort of
the second one being a draw, so they won 75%.
It's the way it's done is a little bit weird, because you would say split maps if they'd gone to OT and they'd won, but technically they get a draw from a draw.
Yeah,
which makes... I don't understand really how that works.
We'll get to it later, but there's definitely going to be some interesting group stage results. I can imagine not all the favourites going through. Again, who is the favourite here? Probably eXtatus. We're going to go into this one, though. First map. Double CZ armour for x-kom. This is not... I like this. I've not seen this before.
Yeah, a little bit spicy. Obviously, the most overpowered pistol in the game at the moment, so I can definitely get behind it. CT side, a little bit more standard. They've got Frozen on the P250 and Kevlar, and he is someone I'm very excited to see in this sort of LAN format, because online, everybody knows he's an absolute tank. Obviously, they've had some other sort of local LANs that they've managed to actually force through and win, in fact, but let's see what they can do already. Goofy, double, triple, quad! 4 kills already for him. How has that happened at the beginning? That's disgusting, just with a clip of a CZ. And well, this round is surely over. Devil's left as the only one left alive. What a start.
I have no idea. Devil going to try and pull things back from this deficit, but good luck, buddy. Your entire team's dead. Smoke down towards spawn could allow for a bomb plant, but again, with 3 players up, they could run through that. He wants to be careful. And on the edge of the smoke is 1 player. Devil just waiting around. He knows he's got time to play with, so he can wait for someone to move back in. He knows also Coffins is clear, so an open plant does get back into the back of the pillar as well, but he won't be able to follow up. Soon clears him out. So that's the pistol going the way of x-kom, Tom, but I don't think you can take too much away from that one. What on earth was that from Goofy? Fantastic work.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that Devil even managed to get the bomb down. Like, that's probably the crazier of the 2 things, is that after they lose, well, maybe not, but after they lose 4 players, that he manages to get onto the site and get a bomb plant and at least give eXtatus something in this second round. Obviously, likely that they'll just save for the AK-47s and look to try and break back as soon as possible once they have the rifles. And actually quite surprising that we're going to see x-kom go very heavy on the SMGs. A chance to make some money, but of course, with only really one round to get that bonus, it's not really going to be a huge chance to build up too much cash. And realistically, that means they're going to be facing off against rifles with mostly UMPs. However, it does allow them to have a high amount of utility going into what will be the third round.
And apps control being taken from eXtatus, very heavy in fact, 4 players here. x-kom playing extremely passive on the A side of things, whereas B, they've taken deep banana control. That's why it's forced eXtatus to go for this kind of play at the moment. It seems like they'll be going for what seems to be an early push out of the apartments. Flash over from short, their only bit of utility. And just a burst coming in through the app. See what they can do. Any damage, any bomb plant will be great. Ponchek already kicking things off. Spots the second player in mini pit, clears him out as well, and Stark is having no issue on the site. It's a clean-up for x-kom. Only 1 death eventually coming through. Other than that, it's going to be a 2-0 on the board here. The SMGs reign supreme. But now we have the buy coming through here, Tom. And the question is, do we keep all these SMGs on x-kom?
Yeah, I was just about to say we'll soon pick up the AWP straight into this. I think that they probably will keep all the SMGs. I'd be quite surprised to see them upgraded, because otherwise what was the point in buying them in the first place when you know that there's only going to be 1 round of sort of bonus. But yeah, they're definitely going to be far ahead when it comes to all of the utility game. Interested to see that Goofy doesn't actually buy down any further in utility, so maybe this is just a plan for them to have this as a bit of a bonus round still. Everybody apart from Soon will be able to buy into the next round anyway. So, because that's the thing that catches me, is the fact that Goofy just hasn't invested anything into utility. So
I'm
a
all
little
for,
bit weird.
I'm all for gaming the economy. Stuff like this is always interesting to see. Any new way to approach the meta of buys and you know, even playing into these SMG rounds is always something I'm interested in. So yeah, I'm a fan of this, and it's way more of a bonus round than usual. But the thing is, there's no nades on eXtatus here. Look, we've got a minute on the clock, a flashbang and a smoke is all these Ts have to play with. They've got to hit some serious headshots, and Soon's posted on the banana to stop exactly that. His shot misses, and with that AWP spot, eXtatus is probably going to run back towards the A bomb site for the time being,
which
working
is
their way up mid.
Yeah, they've gone for the gamble play. 4 players, well now 3 players over towards this A side of the map. Check. We'll be able to hold them back a little bit longer. Still have high utility in their favor, but they check the angle as well. 2-man advantage already for this T side as they look to wrap around onto the side itself. They've got to watch out for Stark in the apartments and the man in pits as well. But the man in pit is already gone. Stark will be able to find one, and soon, well, he's got no choice but to save onto this AWP. Definitely won't be the worst case scenario for them. As said, they'll be able to buy back into the next round, but great round from Monty for sure, finding multiple kills. And the fact is they push into the stack. 4 players over on that A site, and only 1 of them go down.
Yeah, and the crazy part is as well, I love the way they approached that pit play. They knew there was a man there, so instead of just challenging him straight on, they send, I think, 3 players up top of the graveyard to jump in from above. There's no way you're going to expect that, and even if you do, the chance of you getting more than 1 kill from the pit position is pretty low. So nice approach to that round from eXtatus, considering they had no utility. Obviously very reliant on aim, but they show us a good job with that at least, and now we have the 1 saved gun going forward to the next round soon. Going to hold on to that at the very least. They won't be able to take him down. First round on the board here for eXtatus, their chance to, well, kick things back off with the lead despite this this pistol and the conversion taken by x-kom.
We may be having some sort of technical issue.
Yeah,
at least from my point of view, it's completely frozen. There's no one moving in the server. And even though we heard the bomb go off, it hasn't actually gone off on this, so I don't know. It seems like the players are moving at least. Maybe just my things crashed.
Yeah, I think there was some technical blip. 2 players have dropped as well from x-kom, so something went on. We'll be waiting for them to rejoin. Won't matter too much, I don't think. That was all after the round was pretty much done and dusted, so we'll be waiting for that to get sorted. But yeah, I mean, good start for eXtatus. Now, obviously, we can have the buy-in from x-kom, because not only did they save that 1 AWP, but they are running a bonus round with plenty of saved money as well. So in terms of the investment here, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We should have M4s. We should have somewhat of a bit of utility. Not the most, but definitely good enough to go for the buy.
Yeah, I think they had, what, like 3,300 on pretty much every player?
Yeah, before loss bonus.
Yeah. So they'll have plenty to buy back in. Maybe a few limitations when it comes to utility, but if they want, they can go for SMGs, and then they still have that AWP saved anyway. So yeah, it won't be too much of a detriment to them. They have the chance to break back. The only problem being, though, is the Ts keep 4 players alive. So going into the next round, or was it 3? They'll have plenty of money going into it anyway. So yeah, few problems, obviously very early days, but whoever wins the next round is likely to be the one taking the lead.
I mean, saying that, I don't think the T's have built up a huge amount of cash. They didn't have a single dollar after that buy, right? Because they had no utility. And then if they lose 2 players, that just means 2 drops have to come in. So you only have.
I still think they're going to have a
players.
better buy.
Yeah, a better
than
buy.
the CT.
But, yeah. Only just. And again, no AWP for sure on this T side. That cannot come in just yet. So we'll see once we get back in how this is going to go. Apparently 3 players have now dropped. So going to be waiting for that to get sorted out. But yeah, I mean, haven't seen too much to really to make much conversation of. But yeah,
I will say just the sheer
standard.
aggression from the T side in that round was quite interesting. Just the fact that they even took quite a lot of like closer range battles. It was only the players towards the end when they were sort of stuck in the pit and over towards apps where we see the AKs sort of reign supreme. But yeah, no, it's quite surprising how they're managing to get so much done, especially when you looked at how much utility the polls actually had. So yeah, not a bad round at all from eXtatus. Going forward, I don't think they'll be able to get away with that as much, especially when there's rifles on the board and the playing field's evened up a little bit. But yeah, a solid start, and haven't got to, as you said, see too much from either of these teams. Obviously, the man on the right there, the youngster Frozen, is definitely going to be the one that I'm looking at in this series.
I love the hype video as well earlier. That was
I'm liking the bandana.
Yeah, who is this man? He's crazy.
He's already got more style than me, and he's 15 years old.
I mean, that's not really a competition, Tom. Let's not pretend.
I don't know. I think I can give some of them a run for their money.
You have good hat choices. I'll give you that. You're going to buy a Game Agent's hat this week?
If somebody can sell me a Game Agent's hat, I will buy a Game Agent's hat.
So for those unaware, every time Tom goes to a new country, almost every time, he buys a hat with the best team from that.
Team,
well, not always the best team, but the local team from that country. So you went to Brazil, you got an SK hat. Where else have you gone? What have you done, Tom? You didn't buy a Tyloo one in China. I was disappointed.
Because they do not sell them.
Not to you.
I can't buy hats that I can't find.
Well,
it's very, very difficult.
If anyone knows of a Game Agent's hat, let Tom know.
Or even just like a local Hungarian team.
Yeah, anyone. Yeah.
I'd take a. Yeah, no, I'm good. I haven't done that for a while actually.
No?
I haven't been looking, but maybe I should.
Get back into it.
Sort of stop wearing caps. So it doesn't work.
It's too cool for caps now. Look at this man. Who is he?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of where else that I've actually bought, because I've still got. Poland and VP.
Ukraine, you got a Hellraiser's one, which doesn't really work, but I mean, the organisation is Ukraine.
I would have to buy quite a few hats otherwise. Well, actually, no. Technically, if you're going on majority, they are Ukrainian.
Yeah, but by 2 players. Either way, we're back in, Tom. Let's move on. Buy coming through for eXtatus. We do have the counter buy from x-kom with the save money that we talked about. Double AWP very early into the game. This could severely catch out eXtatus if they're not prepared for this. Soon and Stark picking them up for this CT side, and already 3 players up on B here for x-kom. They will begin to rotate a man over, so just keeping 2 there for the time being, and looking to contest Banana somewhat as well. 1 man left up with the AWP, another rotation coming through. Same setup from x-kom, in fact. 4 players on A with an aggressive AWP down on B.
Yeah, of course, no kit. And again, we talk about utility limitations. This time it's on the CT side. Aggressive peek from Stark. Now, pretty much here, he takes the shot and then falls back. In fact, the smoke is actually going to make him fall back anyway. We've seen the push coming in onto apps as well. And there's that heavy stack over towards A once again. But after Stark is forced off the angle, they are going to rotate Goofy over to support him. T's taking things nice and slow, but they are doing a decent amount of damage with their utility. However, getting down to the 40-second mark, they are going to have to try and make a play, and well, they still don't know that there's a double AWP setup in play for this CT side.
Yeah, the issue is with the 1-1 split with Orbs, it's going to leave 1 to retake if they can't hold on to the site. So we're going to need some big plays from Goofy and Stark. There's the first kill coming through. Stark needs to follow up. Flick shot missed. Goofy going to try and come in with a response, but they're both so low. They've been tagged down. Stark still hitting shots, and Goofy catches a man in CT spawn. This is a great defense from x-kom. They will eventually lose out on the site, but they still have the man advantage up for the retake.
Yeah, quite a slow rotation, though, from the remaining players on the x-kom side. Maybe not seeing the bomb until quite late, but it means that there is going to be some time to actually find another kill back. It will be left all onto Devil. Has the AWP, looking to try and just watch the cross. Now, he needs to hit the shot as one of these players comes through, Peak will be going over, misses, and that may be the opportunity gone, as now both players are going to split towards the site. Devil looks to try and go a little bit more aggressive. Now they know exactly where he is. The problem is they don't have a kit. They're just having to stick this defuse, but nice shot from Ponchek will net the round for the CT side. They're going to get themselves a third. And the T's, well, that bomb plant will actually give them enough to buy into this next round.
And both AWPs saved as well for x-kom. That's important. A lot of money kept on by the CT side, and obviously, as you say, the buy coming through for eXtatus. Definitely going to be on the edge of things here for x-kom. If you look at their cash pre-buy, I mean, we got to Sek on 3,500 and then 42 on one other player. I mean, it's enough, but it's only just enough. So it's still on the edge of reset, of course, for both teams, with eXtatus not being able to pick up that previous round. And so, short technical pause, that's getting cancelled. We're back in. Buy coming through for both teams, and yeah, we're yet to see this AWP on the T side as well. That's something that is always difficult to pull out on Inferno either way, you know, to find success with it. But when you're up against a double AWP, you typically want at least one on that T side. Well, only one.
There we go, though. 3-1 soon. Looking like he's going to set up for some sort of peek into middle, but in fact, opts to fall back. Almost seemed tempted to go for some sort of rotation, but we're going to see still 3 players over towards this B site for the CT side. Devil has already managed to take quite a bit of control over towards the banana, but he's taken so much damage in the meantime, down to just 2 HP. Peak will be coming in from the CT side, and he's easily dealt with. No return available. Frozen is going to try and take some control back, but actually Goofy repeaks and finds a second kill for himself. T side now are in a bit of trouble. The AWP's going to be juggled over. Bogdan's Law taken into consideration. And soon, well, he's not going to hit the cross, but he has found all the information. They've got a player sat in the pit. Ponchek finds one. Now, they will be able to get onto the site and get a bomb plant. That's something, but surely this retake will be coming in.
So many men up left for the CT side. And eXtatus, not a lot of time to get into their post plants. One man going to have to stick to the site. z1co looking to force a kill, and he gets damage off, but not the frag. Giving away his position in the process as well is never a fun situation to be in. The z1co, he's really forced to get a kill here. If they try and 4v2 retake, there's no way that they're going to be able to hold on to it. So frags need to be found. Monty does follow up. z1co comes in with another shot. Stark needs to trade, but he can't. z1co having a big round so far. And it's all on Soon in a 1v2. I don't think this one's possible. The time is just too low. And that's it. eXtatus find it in a 2-on-4. They hold down the bomb site.
Yeah, and both players survive as well. That's the craziest thing about it. It wasn't even like there were trades or anything. The CT side have really let eXtatus off, and this was a reset round. Both teams had no money after this point, so Soon will save that AWP. The rest of the team, I wouldn't be surprised to see them forced back into this one. They'll get 1,900 back into the next round, but other than that, it's still going to leave them around that 3,800 marker, which is not enough to realistically go for a buy. And I think although it's a bit of a late decision, they are going to invest into this one. A few players saving some extra money, which understandable, making sure that when they do buy back, they'll have some utility to play with. And Soon, well, tries to take a bit more of an aggressive peek towards Banana once again, because he's going to be the only one with a weapon in this round.
Yeah, pressure is on him to try and open things up, but eXtatus beginning to work their way up top. Banana, nades coming in, forces Soon back off, but he repeaks. Not playing aggressive at all here. And of course, eXtatus not really challenging it means that x-kom can't find this first pick for free. It's going to make things far easier for that of the T side. Up against these pistols. A very slow approach as well for eXtatus, not looking to give away anything. We already saw what these CZs can do back on that pistol round for x-kom, so eXtatus don't want to repeat that situation. And they will work their way up mid for the very least, but again, this AWP is still down on B, so x-kom limited in terms of how much they can really hold off. If they can find a 1-for-1 trade on all of these players, that would honestly be better than what they should be getting. eXtatus playing so grouped, but there's the opening kill.
Yeah, the aggression out from Stark is caught, and now we just see this site fall into turmoil. Ponchek will be waiting here, has the CZ in hand, tapping away, and he will at least be able to get one, trying to survive on the site, but he's not going to be able to do anything more, and Soon is left in a position once again where he just has to try and hold on to this AWP. Maybe try and make things a little bit more costly for the T side as they do go into another buy round, but the fact is the CTs aren't going to be buying into the next round either. Again, they can invest a little bit more into pistols. The AWP has been spotted as well, and now we're going to see the hunt come in, the T side. They want to remove this weapon from his control, and the flick will be missed. Devil will make this 3-3, and well, now the next round by, well, it's not going to be one.
And there's the lack of AWP we talked about for eXtatus finally being given over to them for free. That's even better than having to invest in it. It's not going to cost them a penny. In fact, they make money while getting the AWP from the kill reward. So now x-kom, yes, eco, got to give away a round to this this buy from eXtatus, and this game's starting to be pulled back in favor of the T side. This should be their round lead. Again, 4 up towards A here for x-kom. The standard setup they've been running typically, but no AWP to solo defend that banana means they're, if anything, just going for a gamble stack. Not quite trying to rely on this one man on the B-bomb site to really get anything done. That is Tsek with only a P250. And a very slow round from eXtatus as well, just holding on to every position, not wanting to get too aggressive. You can see they're playing anti-flash up in the banana, one man sitting towards the top hiding, just in case x-kom decide to get aggressive. But with no utility and with this 4-man setup on mid, they're probably just going to hold their ground for the time being.
No real challenge from x-kom, rightly so. Just going to sit back and wait for the peaks. Start will come out, but the stack has been found, and instantly the T's look to react back towards this B site. Tsek will be waiting. If he can even just slow them down a little bit, it would help his team out quite a bit in terms of doing some extra damage in this round. Goofy has managed to find a rifle, but they will remove him, Tsek at least, from the site. Boost over the top, and they are actually at least doing some damage here. The question is, can they remove any of these players?
Oh, there we go. Goofy dropping another one. 2 kills so far. And even if x-kom just hold the outside of the site and make eXtatus go down with a bomb, that's a good round for them. They are going to look to commit, though. And Devil shutting down Goofy, following up in the banana as well. One more player left up, and he's going to get sprayed down. 8 HP left up on Soon. There's no way he can survive this one. He's going to be flanked round as well from Monty. So another round on the board from eXtatus. Some damage done, certainly, by the pistols. But nothing to write home about here for x-kom, so it's going to be 3 surviving with the AWP saved. And another buy coming through here for the CTs. Soon back on that AWP. And x-kom's chance to bounce back.
Yeah, this is probably the best buy we've seen from them so far, even including that double AWP setup we saw earlier, just because this is the first time we've actually seen them with a large amount of utility. Lots of nades being thrown out towards this banana. Devil will be waiting for any aggression over towards that mid spot, but it's banana that's going to be faced once again. Frozen ready and waiting with the flashbang, and the deep smoke will hold them back at least a little bit. Spray going to be going through from the CT and T side, but unable to get anything done just yet. Tsek is going to run out of ammo soon. In fact, he'll go down. Both players fall over towards the B side of the map. The aggression has not worked at all. And now Stark has to rotate in and make an absolute hero play, and unfortunately it's not the case. Zedko removes him from action, and there's no choice for the remaining CTs but to just save their weapons.
Yeah, but look, there's a man on the other side. It's Quetzone. May be able to try and find this final player. He does. Ponsek goes down. Great angle. eXtatus, another clean round. 5 players surviving into that one as well. So AWP dropped from x-kom, money going to be taken away, and a pause called in. That's one thing I have liked so far about the teams that we have seen in the sense of eXtatus, x-kom, and the Dark Tigers, is that they utilize pauses a lot of the time. A lot of tactical pauses, even after winning rounds. It was even, what, 11-2, 11-3 up in the game versus Hellraisers, where we saw a tactical pause called up just to make sure they won that last round after a streak from Dark Tigers. So it's nice to see this utilization of the tactical pauses. Don't ever get too complacent and get too confident, because again, you want to make sure that you stay grounded to the level where you know, okay, this is a round we have to give up. We're going to have a bye next time. We need to win that bye, or eXtatus could run away with an 8-9 round half.
Yeah, well, once again, it can only be pistols. Looking like they've got a couple of HEs. I quite like seeing the sort of HE stacks, like all 5 players buying one, throwing them down mid and down banana. We saw that actually work quite effectively earlier in the day, where I think that was the first round that Dark Tigers actually managed to win on their CT side of Inferno, was utilizing all of those grenades. CT side will go early towards this banana spot, but all those nades have been dodged. Actually, Goofy's going to hit the shot.
How? Doesn't follow up though. eXtatus going to have a pretty clean job of clearing up these kills after that first issue, we'll say. threat zone, catching players moving out of the apartments. He is being flanked though, doesn't realize it, but doesn't matter as well, because Ponchek, he moves back towards the balcony. Might be able to get an off angle here, but the timing... I missed that.
Frozen basically just spent a good minute trying to find the bomb. Like, he was just walking above Mexico, not realizing that it was underneath.
Ah, okay.
He was like, where's the bomb?
Well, they probably don't need it, to be honest.
No. Well, Tesek is around. Frozen and Devil, well, Devil not so much, but Frozen is very low on HP, so a chance to maybe steal a weapon away. And Devil's actually alone down the bottom of that banana, but, well, their paths may not cross here, and in fact, I think there was a fair bit of sound made from Tesek, but actually is going to be sneaking behind. This is almost going to be back-to-back, and there's an AWP. It doesn't get much better than that for the CT side. A free bit of cash, a free injection of money, and considering they were actually fairly happy to throw in a double-up setup earlier in the map, to get it for free, that's going to be wonderful for them. x-kom not going to be winning the round, so it won't make a difference in the end.
Yeah, and the fact that they're now moving into max loss bonus, if they save this AWP, they'll easily be able to afford a second. That should not be an issue here for the CT side. That's a big thing. He'll even get a kill on the exit. If he stays alive here, that's massive, and he does. So only 2 players surviving from eXtatus, certainly not what they would have wanted.
Those were his first 2 kills as well.
Well, hey, at least he's on the board. Wow, nice.
Here we go. CT side, they do have that double up setup in once again. Frozen going to be going fairly aggressive. Lots of nades thrown in, and actually, it's the T side that have taken most of the damage. Frozen is not stopping, though. He's continuing his push on towards this B side. He has his team to support, but already Goofy is going to be there to find the first. Lots of utility being expended. Tesek with the AWP nets another frag, and this faster play, this chance to catch this CT side off guard is not looking good. However, Monty will at least be able to find one, but the remaining CTs playing it smart. They're waiting for the retake.
Yeah, Molly's really keeping them at bay as well, even though they chose to do so. Bomb down now for eXtatus and into the post plants, but the amount of utility we have for x-kom is perfect for this retake. Long rotation, still a man only just in the library. It's essentially a 3-on-3. They don't really have time to waste to sit around and wait for that rotate to come through. They need to start moving in right now. Monty's taking an AWP and trying to find an angle to these men moving in through the ruins. Gotta watch that CT spawn as well. The smoke begins to dissipate and the flick shot only gets the tag. Goofy in with his own frag. They're still trying to find these last two players hiding in the smoke, but Stark will get the first and Devils will the remains in a 1-on-4 bomb. Not for him. They're on the defuse. He misses a second shot and that'll be the round. x-kom find that retake, and while it was delayed, it will be their 4th round on the board.
Yeah, Devil didn't have the bomb planted for him in that situation, so there was absolutely no way he was going to get away with that round. CT side managed to survive with a few players remaining as well, which will help them at least a little bit, and they'll keep the double AWP setup going into this next round. However, the T's plenty of cash to buy back in. In fact, Monty's still with 8,000 going into the next round, so definitely a possibility here soon. Again, looking like he's lining up this shot. Monty will be down in Mexico, but actually decides to retreat back. Not so much aggression this time from the CT side over towards Banana. Tesek is here with the AWP, but a lot more passive. Not going to be giving that opportunity early over to eXtatus, which was a problem for them earlier in their CT side.
Especially when they haven't already spotted this T-side AWP, so they don't know if it's posted up towards Banana or posted on a more standard mid-angle as well. They have no information, so for Tesek to go for this peak with the AWP, it could essentially give eXtatus that free pick, and definitely not what you want to do when you have no information.
T-side, at least initially taking some control in apps, but by the looks of things, they are just going to fade away and possibly gather up with the rest of the team to try and hit towards that B site. Now, in the previous round, the CT side did a great job of just slowing down these players and basically having a man advantage going into the retake. They didn't overcommit, they didn't overface. They made sure that it was very, very difficult. And they've also held on to, again, a lot of utility. There's still a smoke just being thrown down by Tesek. He's got an incendiary. On the site with him as well is Goofy, who has another smoke, in fact. They have enough smoke to actually buy enough time to leave it down to just like 15 seconds on the clock, which is terrifying. Push comes in for the wraparound. Soon will go down, but he still found one with him. And again, it's the clock now that fights against the T side.
And the shot missed from Goofy as well. Tesek may follow up, but he's the last line of defense, the last man on the B-bomb site to stop anything from happening here. Shot through the smoke, his will miss, theirs will connect. He's down to 46 HP. x-kom need to group up and they need to do it fast if they're going to commit to the retake, but with start going down as well, that may add further complications here to the x-kom side. This shot will hit, and Tesek dead means Ponchek should fall right back. That round probably over. He's going to try and go for it, but I mean, this is a bit optimistic. Not only is the time low, but he's in a 1-on-3, and with no kills found, he just falls back out.
And that round looked perfect for x-kom.
Yeah.
And in terms of how they actually set up, they have all the utility ready to try and slow down the push, but the fact is, eXtatus just overwhelmed them. They go through the smoke instead. They managed to find the openers, and also that wraparound, the kill onto Soon. It called the whole setup into question because Tesek then has to go and look towards the spawn area, and he's unable to help his teammate as they push onto the site. And while now you sort of look at the money situation, Soon is going to be able to buy up an AWP. But actually, the interesting thing is here, it leaves him around the same amount of money as the rest of the team, but they're still going to invest anyway.
Yeah, barely any saved money, really. eXtatus off to a good T-side start, though. 7-4 is definitely a confident beginning. It's nice to see x-kom have signs of life, though. This definitely isn't a stomp, which I
thought it was a 12-3 T-side map.
Yeah, apparently, according to earlier. Yeah, right. Soon, though, kicking things off. This time he does contest the banana, or at least over to Sek. So first kill taken here from x-kom. One gun dropped. In fact, the AWP. But look at the speed of eXtatus. They've run right onto the A-bomb site. The second rifle here for the CT side doing damage, but damage is not enough, Tom. There's just one man left up. They will bypass him. They have no idea he's here, but he can't stop the bomb plant. Can follow up. But that just leaves Soon too far away, and while they are both low, surely this is too much to ask for.
And he could just go in with a pistol there. Literally have 23 HP between them. And in fact, I'm wondering if he will. Just looking for a gap in the smoke. Still doesn't have a kit. They've done a hell of a lot of damage in this round, but the fact is, this is an investment from the CT side. This isn't them just saving their money. And while in the end, Soon will have to duck out and save, but a nice attempt. They probably don't realize how close they've actually come to winning that round. And it will now be 8-4 in favor of eXtatus. They won themselves the half on the T side. I'm expecting more from their CT side than what we saw from both teams earlier as well. And I think x-kom are definitely going to be feeling the pressure at the moment, especially when you look at the amount of money they have going into this round.
Yeah, giving up another frag as well is never fun. Oh, another round, sorry. Nice work from Monty on the A-bomb site. 3 kills. And yeah, 8-4 now, probably going to be 9-4 with this little investment. So this is a really big lead for eXtatus going to be taken, assuming this goes their way. Up towards Banana, though. There's the AWP already missing. Soon, a big opportunity gone away. Now it's just going to be Tesek to try and hold this off. Smoke down, and they will be slow to push through, but the flash allows them to get that frag, and Frozen will open up.
Yeah, and this leaves, again, nobody else on this B site, so it's going to be another simplistic round for eXtatus. And we're even just talking about damage now. You've got a fair bit of money being built up by the T side, especially if they can just keep the remaining players alive. Through the smoke will go Stark. Does actually manage to hit the headshot onto one, but Questone very quick to trade that out. And while the rest of the CTs somewhat holding back, Ponchek may even want to just hold on to the smoke and the flashbang. It's not normally a scenario you want to bring up, but especially if he's looking to pick up an AWP. Second kill found, actually. Now the question is, can Goofy get away with a rifle? No, he can't. Questone will hear him as he attempts to flee. Ponchek, well, he's going to be waiting to see if anybody does exit through this CT spawn. There is one man coming in the form of Monty. Give him a chance for an individual duel. Now Monty really doesn't need to run this far, and in fact will just fall back, but he's going to get caught in the end. The rifle won't be saved, but at least a little bit of extra cost incurred for eXtatus.
Yeah, I mean, you say that though, 2 rounds left of the half, or 3 rounds left of the half, and there's no money for, sorry, there's so, what am I saying? There's so much money for eXtatus.
Well, mainly Monty.
Yeah, look at the amount of cash. So 14K, 6K, 5K. They're not struggling, Tom. They're going to be able to buy up for these last 2 rounds, without a doubt. So one lost player won't go too far. x-kom, however, of course, have gone for that eco in the previous one, so that will allow for their investment here. I'm excited to see if they commit to the double AWP, because while they have money for it, it seems like they're definitely questioning it. See, Ponsek is yet to buy up, just saving 5,400.
Well, especially just the fact that a lot of their rounds have come down to retakes. So I don't really know, like, if you look at the amount of times a bomb's actually been going off, well, at least the last 5 rounds, it's gone down. So I feel like having a double AWP, you're not stopping them. So go for a single AWP and have more of a chance in the retake than just constantly trying to take these fights. And they are just going to stick to one this time. I do think that's the better decision. double up setup has not been working at all. And while 9-4, eXtatus firmly in the lead in this match. The question is, can they at least turn this back to a 9-6?
That would be nice, but eXtatus certainly don't want to give away any more rounds. They've done a fantastic job on this T-half so far. Doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon. This AWP in apartments could catch someone off guard. That's soon there. Questone about to walk in. There it is. So first pick taken by x-kom. At least something to work with now, but can eXtatus trade things back? Because already x-kom have fallen off the position, given up the apartments. They have no need to contest it anymore. Reposition that AWP, throw it over towards another side of the map if you choose to do so. Soon we'll sit here on short for the time being, and Stark moving back off of short towards long. So just your standard A setup right now, it's going to be B, where eXtatus are looking to challenge. 3 players walking up towards the top of Banana, 2 men on the defense here, and plenty of time for eXtatus to commit or even fall back and go for some kind of late round A play if Monty can find some damage.
Yeah, also he's going to be perfect for holding off the lurk. Already Frozen walks into the site and decapitates Goofy, leaves it all onto the man at the back, and while they're losing players left, right and center, Tesek has to do work, and it's only going to be a quick trade. Stark lurking in the smoke, looking to try and push through, know that there's a man planting the bomb. Ooh. Actually, a bit of a mistake could net him a free frag. He'll deny the plant, or no, he won't. It will just about go down, but he's at least found it back. Rotation coming in from Monty will be pushed into Banana, and Stark finds a second kill. It's now left all onto Devil. 1 versus 2. Tries to back towards the side, but Stark has found all 3. Great round from him, finally stepping up into the server, and that will now be a round on the board, a 5th round on the board for x-kom.
Yeah, exactly what they need as well, because if they lose that round, they have to force things up for the last of the half, but now they can actually commit to a proper buy. Their chance to find 6, as you say. And as we can see, eXtatus, definitely no issue with money as well. They'll be going for that full buy. AWP can come in, but they'll opt not to go for it, sticking with the full AKs, it seems. And I'm not sure if z1co got off the bomb there because he heard Stark's footsteps, or if he just got off the bomb by accident.
And that first kill as well from Stark was so integral, just slowing down the bomb. Either way, Goofy already finds the opening pick in this one. Some aggression out from the CT side to net the first kill. And in fact, they're continuing it. They're pushing all the way through the apartments. This is not something you see very often in Counter-Strike. However, the fact is the T's, it may actually catch them because they're going to continue their push. Boosted up will be Stark. Spots out one, but he falls off the boost. And now they're going to be able to get onto the site without too much trouble. But they're set up for the retake.
Yeah, still a man up, not for long though. Frozen drops him. With the bomb going down, a 4-on-4 retake now for x-kom. They've got the utility. They have to make their way up Banana first, and that's easier said than done. Questone on the other side, just waiting on the angle. No flashbang to put him through, but he doesn't need it. 2 frags on the AK. Pushed back in for the rest of the players, but with that, the confidence is lost, and so is around. Unless Soon can pull something incredible out. He's found the first. But a 1v3 here left on the site with players surrounding him. There's no way he can do it. z1co cleans up, and eXtatus 10 rounds on the half.
Yeah, very, very strong T side, and props have to go to Questone there to win that duel. Yeah. No flash, peeks back in, and just to transition onto the second. That was wonderful. Neither player expecting such an aggressive push. And yeah, only 5 rounds coming in for the CT side after winning the pistol, not managing to string any rounds together at all. It was always just individual ones, and well, that's not really the way that you can afford to play the CT side of Inferno. You need that utility. You need to have all of those extra grenades to slow down this round. But while pistol round, it can bring x-kom back into things. We've already seen a couple of very T-sided halves of Inferno just earlier in the day with our 15-15 draw of the second map between Dark Tigers and Hellraisers. Now the question is, can x-kom show us that they can do it on the T side too?
They're going to need that pistol, although they picked up the earlier one. Maybe they'll have something cool for us to see as well with the double CZ on their CT pistol round with armor as well. That's taking Raid Boss to a level where it's not even fair. This time, though, they'll just go for armor and Glock. So, bit of a change-up, running quick towards mid here for x-kom. All 5 players working their way up. A triple B setup, it seems, from eXtatus as well. Sorry, just 3A, so they have the manpower to deal with this, and the shots already lining up. Monty with 2. Questone going to join the party, but Tesek double trades. The issue is there's still 1 man left up on this bomb site, ready and waiting. Devil going to let the first pass, catches him on the move, and Stark trades back, now left in a 1-on-2.
Yeah, Frozen doesn't really need to take this fight. Stark actually going to go pushing. Has the chance to turn this into an individual duel. Will spot out his opponent, but it won't matter. They gather up in the end, and eXtatus will win themselves the second pistol. Now they have the chance to really build into this second half, and, well, the T's, no surprise, we're going to see them force into this one.
Yeah, as you would expect. That was an opportunity, and it's gone very wrong now for x-kom. You can see also the different approaches of how these teams take their second round buys. eXtatus going for the full rifles.
That's surprising, actually.
Yeah, right? x-kom went for the full SMGs with one rifle. Obviously, it was a bomb plant from eXtatus on the pistol, which was a very different situation.
Yeah, but if anything, that means they should have gone more for
reverse.
It's almost like they're playing on the other team's pistol, and it's quite weird, but it's going to be a very passive hold coming out from the CT side. They don't have much utility. Frozen already sprays down one. Doesn't have a whole lot of support. His teammate has been smoked out. He's going to be overwhelmed on the site. z1co rotating in, of course, no smoke down for the T side, so this is going to be very difficult to hold on to. He already manages to find himself a second kill. Quick kill back in return, and actually the T side is somehow making this work. So many rifles already being lost and found, and Tesek manages another great round from him. 3 kills for the pole, and while x-kom, they are going to return, and that was ridiculous. The amount of rifles that was had over on the CT side and not managing to win that round, they've got to be absolutely kicking themselves.
Some real shots missed as well on the side of eXtatus. Just gunfights not going their way, and yeah, I agree. Why over the full rifles? Definitely not what they needed into that round, and it will pay the price. Not only that, but they lose every single dollar due to that investment. Such an expensive buy. So Force coming through here. Deagles and CZs with the armor. A chance to try and bounce back off the back of that loss against x-kom. Certainly wasn't what they expected. Now, already x-kom, they're worked up towards the top of Banana. Very slow default, though, in other parts of the map. They're just holding on to second mid, seeing if eXtatus try and bring some aggression that we saw x-kom do exactly on their CT side. So, see if that happens. But eXtatus just hold on strong on this B bomb site for the time being. Frozen flashed out and smoked off as well. z1co's going to have to do some damage in replacement, as Frozen's got to wait for that smoke to dissipate. But eXtatus not going to be greeted by these Polish players for the time being. They'll decide to fall back and go on towards the A site.
Slowly making their way forward. Wow. Their first point of contention is going to be Monty with the CZ. Hits the dink already. Has support from Devil, and the pistols are doing all the work at the moment. The bomb going to be dropped into this mid position, and it's left onto Soon and Ponchek. This really is CZ go at the moment. Just absolute destruction, and 30 seconds left to try and do anything here. Ponchek pushing alone. He's got no support from his teammate, and they're just being baited in, but he does quickly get 2 kills. No idea how he got away with that, but quickly the remainder will be shut down. eXtatus do exactly what was done to them. They break back once more. And when's it going to end? We're going to see another force buy-in soon. Has enough for an AK, so I wouldn't be surprised. Ponchek could even drop another AK. Well, I would have preferred to see him drop an AK and be given a Deagle or something, but he'll go with the MAC-10 instead.
Maybe a faster B approach here. It could be the buy around the call for x-kom. They have no Deagle, so no slow setup. And yeah, it's charging up into the site. I think eXtatus realized, but look at the utility. Molotovs and smokes, they can delay this appropriately. z1co needs to hit his shot this time, and he does. 2 kills on the shutdown. x-kom, these players are so split off due to that deep Molotov, so they can't even come back in with a trade. Now Frozen at the back of the site dropped as well, so some damage done by x-kom. And a gun picked back up as well, so 2 rifles left up on this T site. Can they hold on to the post plant?
z1co taking a fairly unnecessary fight, turns it back into a 3 versus 3. T side now with a bit of a chance to actually hold on to this round. A lot of damage done onto their players, of course, and still some utility for the CT side to get back into this site. They're going to smoke off towards the Banana, but waiting will be Soon. He's trying to tap away with this AK, manages to get 1, has support from Stark at the back, who has to try and do it all, holding on to this round, waiting for his opponent to come, and he finds the kill as well. x-kom bounce back once again, and you have to feel that some of this is just mistakes being made by the CT side, or whoever it is who loses the round. You have to question what's going on.
Yeah, so many questions for eXtatus. I don't know how the push even came through. The mollies were missed up into B mainly, so it allowed for that push up.
Yeah, Frozen didn't throw us until very, very late.
Yeah, z1co gets 2 kills, but then, as you said, he overpeaked as the bomb went down and lost that man advantage that could have allowed eXtatus to retake fairly. And yeah, I don't know. It's turning out to be a weird game so far, a weird second half. We have the force back up for eXtatus. The issue is, Tom, when it goes back and forth with rounds like this, it typically will end up favoring the T side, because not only do they get extra money from bomb plants every now and then, but also weapons are cheaper, utilities cheaper, they don't need kits, and you can get more done when you just go for a CZ rush up towards B. So x-kom technically should be able to get away with a bit more here, a bit more of a lead, a chance to actually get back into this game, and Goofy certainly wants to. 2 kills up on that B bomb site. Rotations in for eXtatus, but they're too far away. I think this should be another round for the Polish.
Ooh. Nice shot from Devil, but they're not going to check the corner, and well, a very simplistic kill for Soon. Going to get overwhelmed? Yes, he is. Devil will manage to find another one, and that's actually a rifle into his hands. I do wonder if it may just be the better idea to try and hold on to this. He's only got 23 HP, and Monty only just making his way onto the scene. I don't think they're going to get much more done in this round, and especially when there's no kit. Still looking to maybe try and get 1 or 2 more exits, not allowing x-kom to build up an economy, but it does look like the Polish side are going to be taking this round. However, Monty quickly pushes back in. Devil's found another. It comes down to the 1 versus 1, but thankfully for the Poles, Tesek will end this round, cause a streak of 2 for the Ts as well, meaning that there's no way that the CTs can buy back into this one. And finally, the force buy wars will end with x-kom coming out on top.
It's still scary, though, losing 4 players and having to reinvest. If you look at the money of x-kom, they have none left. Yes, they'll take this round, you assume, fairly cleanly, but then if eXtatus come back in next round with a buy and they win it, x-kom, their money is going to be out the window. So that damaging round from eXtatus could have gone a long way. We'll see. 4 up on the B-bomb site for now. Set up with a flashbang to try and allow for aggression here for the eXtatus guys, but 1 man up and deep in the apartment should be spotting all of this madness in middle. x-kom have pushed all the way up towards A, and yeah, he's completely bypassed it. He's walked behind them.
The Questo literally missed the timing there by about a second. I think they pushed into middle just before, but he's found a bit. The problem is now is that the CT side are going to have absolutely no idea how deeply pushed x-kom are. Interesting, Stark doesn't actually have any head armor here, which is quite risky when going up against pistols. 1 shot of that USP to the face will be enough to take him down and net an AK-47 for eXtatus. They're actually going to be swinging around this corner in just a moment. Already, he manages to pick up the first. Frozen is going to be waiting here, however, he now has support and shouldn't be anything. But there you go, there's that 1 shot to the face. The no head armor bites Stark. However, they should be able to just defend off these remaining weapons, not allow anything further to go into the hands of this CT side. I like how they've gathered up, though. Trying to just make sure that if anybody rounds this corner, they should be able to take the kill. It's going to be quite difficult, of course. Soon, even going in with the Glock, and actually gets both. 9-12, 3 rounds in a row for the Ts. They keep 4 players alive as well, which means that they're starting to build a little bit of a bank. We'll see a pause called in for x-kom here.
Good timing for a pause as well. Yeah, you've won a couple of rounds, but they've mainly been anti-ecos, anti-forces. If you win this one, this is of huge importance. You know, not only is your money yet to be fully built up on the T side, but also eXtatus is in a very similar spot, in fact, a worse spot. So x-kom can force eXtatus to eco here, and they can take 11-12, which would be a very, very good situation to be in if you are x-kom, after this shaky start that this half did entail. Yeah, this is... wow, really weak for eXtatus in terms of weaponry. They've got, yeah, full M4s, but utility is going to be a miss. No kits as well yet to be bought. And no AWP. Well, it's the same story for x-kom. They've at least got enough utility to do whatever they want in terms of an execute or a fake. eXtatus. 3B setup as well.
They're just going to try and slow down what has been a lot of early aggression from the T side towards this B side of the map. They have been more inclined to push in that direction. However, this time, they're speeding things up towards A, complete change of pace for x-kom, already taking control of the arch, and there really isn't anybody here. It's only the pit and site position that are being held. Quick rotation from the CT side will be in, but the question is, will it be too little too late? A lot of this will come down to what Devil can do in the pit, and he's doing quite a lot. In fact, already picks up a double. He's being flanked from above and actually peeks wide and is caught because of it. However, the CT side have turned things into a 2v2, and look at the position of that bomb. It's just awful. Zedko is peaked, and interestingly, they don't wait for the smoke to go down.
Yeah, very aggressive fighting from both players. Obviously, Goofy receiving the kill in that duel, but probably could have waited for his teammate, at least tried to approach this in a different manner. Now it's just going to be Ponchek. He does get the bomb, but there's a close player. As the smoke fades, he's going to just be able to rush him on the site if he chooses to. We'll just wait for this retake, though. They know exactly where Ponchek is, and he's not watching his backline. He turns back around as a flash pops, but Frozen will find it. So eXtatus another round on the board. They take 13, their first buy in quite a while, Tom. In fact, probably their first full buy this half. Does work out.
Only 2 players surviving for them, so they're definitely going to be in a state where they can be reset here. The T's have plenty of money to be able to buy back in, so this could actually work out in the favor of x-kom in the end. If they win this next round, then they should be able to streak a few together, and they are going to come in with a very strong buy into this one. Soon, with that AWP, AK's on the remainder of the players, plenty of utility to play with. Now, the CT side buy this round isn't bad, but that's it. This is crunch time for both teams. The winner of this round is likely to streak the next couple. Now, for eXtatus, that would mean pretty much taking the map. For x-kom, that would mean being back in it.
Oh, boost up Banana, Frozen. Does fall off. I think that may have been hurt as well. They start getting wall banged. That's when you give up on that. No reason to go back in for more. There's some very high Banana aggression from this T side. So eXtatus have to be careful when throwing in this utility. x-kom looking like they want to potentially execute towards the top of Banana. The flashbang will allow for that as it forces every member of eXtatus back off of that Banana position. Wallbang damage coming in. And now we're going to see if the 3-man B defense can hold off against this x-kom team, because they have all 5 players ready to push on in. Smoke's beginning to line down. Who's going to get the kills?
Man, they've held them back just that little bit longer, though. You could tell the T's were ready to push, and there's still so many players. Look at the amount of damage being done through the smoke. Already catching a couple, and the spray down comes in. Stark does manage to trade a couple back, and actually soon wins the fight while pushing through the smoke. However, it's now been turned into a 2 versus 1. eXtatus, they've still got some utility to expend, and this incendiary could be absolutely crucial. The problem is they don't know where Soon is peaking. They're expecting him to be holding an aggressive angle. That's why we've seen quite a lot of that utility expended by Monty to try and stop him taking that fight. But they've got to push him together. That's the big thing. They don't want to give this AWP the chance to take 2 individual fights. The timing, that knocks it off, and there is that Molotov going down, pushing him out of the corner. They know exactly where he is now, and taking fights with an AWP when stuck in a smoke is going to be so difficult. But soon, he actually peeks out, denies the defusal. Devil will be tapping the bomb to bait out his opponent, but soon finds a second shot as well. How does he get away with that, Hugo?
I have absolutely no idea. Massive round from Soon. Stark having impact on the entries as well. x-kom looking good on the T side. That round could have sealed the deal for x-kom. That could have thrown eXtatus over the edge of finding the victory of the first map. But no, x-kom are still in this one, still fighting. Great clutch from Soon. 10 rounds taken by the Polish. And another pause coming through as well. I don't blame them after that. You need a second to regain your thoughts. Probably weren't expecting to win that round after the start.
Well, I have no idea how he not only peaks when one is defusing and the other is like watching the angle and kills the guy defusing and goes back into the corner, but to then peek again and do the exact same thing is just ridiculous. Also, I'm sort of surprised they didn't just go and spray into the smoke.
Yeah, I feel like with hindsight you can argue for the approach of both of you getting aggressive, but just for the safety of the bomb, throwing one player on it and the other defending, that should be a round win, right? That just should be a round win. But obviously the defending player not hitting this shot, not taking him down, and well, you can't give Soon that opportunity. He will exploit it. So 10 rounds taken by coming back through, aware of the economy as well. We're going to have a Mac 10 on Goofy, although he is limited in terms of that cash, but it doesn't seem to matter because eXtatus do have a force buy coming underway, so it's going to be pistols and armor. A couple of players know with no head armor, sorry, so definitely the Mac 10 can reign supreme. And look at his aggression, just down middle already. Zedko's opened up. We've seen these work before. Quetzon going to join the party, and no one even watching their backline of Banana. They are just getting isolated and completely crushed. Quetzon with 3 kills, and he even takes an AWP. Have that little gift. It's not like you need it. The round's over. eXtatus have found 14.
Oh, that's got to be the most rage-inducing round in the world. That is the hardest reset you can pretty much get for this T side. They had to invest everything back in. Only one man was alive, and this is just ridiculous.
No one's
just running all the way down. Questone with a couple of crucial kills. And now just look at the buy for the T side. 10-14, this is their last ditch ever. This is their force in, because if they lose this one, they'll have even less going into the next round. Just 1,900 loss bonus. There'll be no Galil, that's for sure. And you look at the other side. Well, they managed to retrieve an AK. They've got the AWP as well. Actually being played by Frozen, interestingly. Normally Devil the one to pick up that AWP, but maybe just down to a positional change. But, well, Monty already finds the opener. He's going to be coming back in from Stark. He'll be spotted. Doesn't manage to get anything done just yet. And, well, this is a bleak scenario.
Look at Soon, though. He's worked his way up towards A. No one has an idea. Could have caught a player off guard, but Monty was just ready on the angle. eXtatus back off to a two-man advantage here. Pretty standard stuff. Again, we have no utility, no really ranged weapons apart from that one Galil. So Quetzone playing this right, just giving up Arch, playing extremely passive. He can fight. He can also fall back to the site if they do, send 3 players around this corner, which seems to be the case. 2 there. There's the spot. First player seen. Quetzone repositioned. There's the kill. Follows up with a spray as well. Great work. Devil going to join the party for the final kill of the round, and now we may have the final round of the map, Tom, unless x-kom can come back in with, again, another grievous force buy.
Yeah, that break back has hurt them significantly. If they manage to win that round, they're back in the game pretty much, and it's a round that they definitely should have won. eXtatus now firmly in the driver's seat, full utility, and they're up against those deadly CZs once again, and it's deja vu. A quick rush towards this site, but the nade should be enough to just damage down this T side, losing so much in terms of health already. Questone is going to be here, has support as well from Zedko, who's already tagged, and actually,
oh no,
the T's have baited a full rotation. They're going to go back towards the A site. There's absolutely no one here. They were so expecting that push to come back. Peak will come in. Monty is all alone. Finds the man on Arch at least. Looking for a little bit more. He needs at least a second kill, and he does get it as well. In fact, it's Devil to save his teammate. And now it's going to be down to a 4 versus 2 retake, but a lot of tagged players.
This should be eXtatus' round here. We're going to need a massive individual effort, but soon intersect 2 players who have stepped up this game already. Soon. Aggression, flash through, looks for the first, does find it, but he won't be able to follow up. Only damage to Zedko. It's going to be Tesek at the back of the site. 1v3, spraying away, but it's Quetzone to close out the map. eXtatus take Inferno 16-10. And that second half, while it was a bit of a mess in the early stages, they will get ahead with that victory. Great work from eXtatus.
Yeah, mainly their T side sort of like took them over the line. Yeah. And I think that was it. Like the sort of 10-5 half, then winning the pistol as well. And then we saw like a couple of like breakbacks coming in, and there was definitely opportunity.